All phenomena, however they manifest, are sacred in being unborn by their very nature, and so are spontaneously present, unceasing and not abiding in any specific way. Since there is total purity free of any framework of existence or non-existence, the nature of phenomena is expansive openness, great perfection. In awareness, the ultimate heart essence of enlightenment, there is no holding to extreme views, but rather freedom from bias based on characteristics. There is no conclusion to be reached through theories of language or knowledge. It is beyond characterization, can be neither affirmed nor denied, neither increases nor decreases, and neither comes nor goes. Given total purity in the supreme spaciousness of spontaneous evenness, there is uninterrupted openness, free of all extremes or bias. Source verses, the precious treasury of the way of abiding, Longchenpa, otherwise known as Longchenpa. This is put out by Padma Publishing. Quite a pristine translation. So what's it like to be free of all extremes or biases? We don't really talk about that in the typical 12-step meeting too much. But there is an equanimity possible, a base, a foundation from which we can objectively and compassionately respond. What used to be the occasional hunch gradually became a working part of the mind. I was listening to some teachings this week, and I had one of those profound connection experiences between the 12 steps and Buddhism. And the teacher said that we're perfect since the beginning in our true state, in our true nature. And out of this vast phenomenal emptiness, out of this infinite expanse, a thought arises. And so the thought isn't the problem, but it's our attachment to the thought and how we build on that and create more havoc and chaos in our minds. And my old sponsor used to say this to me, that it's not pain that's the problem. It's my reaction to it. And so we have a thought, and we follow it, and we chase it, and we try to hold it, and we develop it, and allow it to become, in a sense, a higher power. And this is the cause of suffering. This attachment is the root of suffering, and puts us into an infinite cycle of transmigration or rebirth over and over and over since beginningless time. So we never stop suffering with this because we never get unattached, we never get unhooked. So we have a saying in the 12-step rooms that, I have to surrender when I walk in, I have to give up my thinking. My best thinking got me here. And when I heard that teaching the other night, it just struck me when the teacher said, we have a thought, and it brings us to this infinite transmigration in samsara, endless suffering. My best thinking got me here. right? My best thinking got me here. So that's one of the most profound moments of clarity that I've had in my spiritual journey. Being able to integrate something that I've heard for so many years and have tried to apply and use, and to hear that connected to the profound teachings really struck me. That I get these, I get these indications almost daily that the path of the 12-step Buddhist is it. I mean, this is the thing for me to do, and I invite you to join me. It's very exciting to be aware at this level and to have this confidence and this faith, this being in the awareness of step 3. I'm going to reread a little bit of this from Longchenpa. Given total purity in the supreme spaciousness of spontaneous evenness, there is uninterrupted openness, free of all extremes or bias. In Japanese Zen, I think they call this a Kensho experience. I know in most forms of Buddhism, we've talked about the Heart Sutra, the Prajnaparamita, or deepest knowledge of emptiness. What's that like for you? For me, it's ungraspable, So the idea is that, okay, we contemplate emptiness, we do certain practices to purify our consciousness and clear away the delusions and obscurations and mental muck that gets in the way of total enlightenment or realization of our true Buddha nature. The 12 steps are the way that I do that as an addict. I integrate that with Buddhism, which talks about a supreme enlightenment, a basic space, a total openness free from any bias or extreme. I find it useful just contemplating those words for a moment, but like the Zen parable of the finger pointing at the moon, we can't give another person the experience. The practitioner has to do their own work. No one can work the steps for you. No one can, someone went to a meeting, it doesn't help you, so we've got to walk our own path. And, yet, we can't do it alone. We can't walk the path alone. So what do we need? I need a management team myself. I need a sponsor who's got a deep spiritual thirst, not necessarily Joe Yokel, typical AA guy or whatever, or whoever, somebody who's kind of fundamentalist about their views and what have you. I need somebody who's tried a few things. I need somebody who can handle my bullshit, to be honest with you. Come on. And, I don't know that many Buddhists that are willing to break your balls and pull your covers, so you need a good sponsor. And then I need a guru. I need a teacher that I can have confidence in to guide me on the path. My teacher, as I wrote about in the blog article, the last one, Getting Naked with the Guru, my teacher doesn't let us rely on him, And Joko Beck was a lot like this, too. You get about 5 minutes on the phone with her, and she gives you some clear pointing out instructions, and it says goodbye, And if you call her and you haven't done it, she says, don't call. So it's not about forming an attachment to the guru. It's not about propping them up or making them more important. And it's interesting because there are people who take advantage of you out there. And a lot of us are traumatized, and a lot of us have been through abuse of some form or another in childhood. And it's difficult for us to understand the concept or the practice of having a guru, And to us, our OA or GA sponsor is it, I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to have a sponsor and to be completely honest with them. But I also encourage you to look beyond that and to deepen your spiritual practice by finding a qualified instructor, a qualified teacher, a Zen master, a Tibetan Lama, a nun, somebody that you really resonate with. And ask them questions, but don't just sit there asking them all the questions and making them do your work for you. Yeah, but what about, why do you say that? What do you mean hell realms? That sounds a lot like Christianity, and I don't like religion too much, Oh, man, I was doing my meditation group the other day, and we meditate with the kids for a few minutes and then ask them how they're doing and what's on their mind, what's the experience of meditation like for you at this moment. This is an awareness practice in itself, right? Kind of drawing on some therapy kind of skills, but, we get quiet and we look at our mind. This is what Robina teaches. One of my teachers, Venerable Robina Corton. Look at your mind. This is what the Buddha taught. Look at your mind. Observe it. And so we get to the staff guy, and I go, so what was your experience? And I don't know why the staff guys were even in the room, But the guy goes, I'm sitting here praying to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm just fine. And I was like, whoa, hey, I'm being infiltrated by the missionaries, people. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, dude, I've got to practice restraint of tongue and pen right now. Don't want to be the angry Buddhist, So I'm like, all right, well, that's a religious belief, isn't it? You're welcome to it, but not in this group. We're just practicing awareness here. We're just meditating. So people can get fundamentalist, and when they hear stuff about gurus and teachers and really devoting yourself and see your teacher as the Buddha, otherwise you're not going to get realized, people freak out. Americans freak out. I told one of my lamas this. I'm like, Rinpoche, this is America. We've been fucked over, okay? You can't just expect people to understand. In Tibetan culture, it's that's Vajrayana. That's what we do. That's their country. That's how it's been for 1,300 years. But it's true. If you can see past, this is one reason. This is one reason why I need the Robinas. I need Lama Surya Das. I need the people who have put the time in to understand the old school teachers from different traditions. Uh-oh. Sounds like I'm going to be interrupted, so podcast just interrupt us. I'll be back again momentarily. All right, we're back. I have to admit it is a couple days later and on a new mic, so I don't usually want to switch mics midstream or in the middle of the presentation, but taking a look at this podcast, trying to get the quality where it needs to be. So, doing good, everybody. Everything's going well. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how many people are visiting the website and what's new and what's happening there. I'm about ready to do a workshop tomorrow morning. It's going to be August 30th, so not sure when you're listening to this, but if you'd like a workshop in your town, just let me know. Send me an email, Darren@the12stepbuddhist.com. We'll work something out and be happy to do it. Been doing these for about little bit over a year, and it's a pretty awesome experience. People like it, I like it, and once the book comes out, we'll have a lot more to talk about. I wrote a new article called What is a Mala? Tibetan Prayer Beads, How to Use Them, and that's on the website now. Looks like a new little counter I put on there said that there's been over 700 views on that, so that's really cool. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. And on the overall website stats, since I put the site up around the beginning of July, we have 1,023 unique people. So thank you all 1,023 of you. Please tell 2 friends. We'll triple that number. And that's pretty good for not having a book. There's nothing out there. There's the blogs and everything and the podcast, but the real core is what I wrote and worked on for so long. So I'm really encouraged by the number of people that are visiting. In terms of the podcast, 2,600 and a couple extra as of the 30th of August. And that averages about 73 podcast listeners per day, so that's pretty cool. Thank you very much, and I hope you're enjoying it. If you have any feedback or comments, criticisms, suggestions, I did have one suggestion from a friend who said, why do you have the podcast voice? And I thought, well, I don't know. I've listened to a lot of FM radio, I guess, as a stoner in the 70s, and I don't want my voice to be edgy and irritating. I want to guide people through meditation. I was trying to kind of tone it down a little bit, but maybe I overcompensated. So I apologize if it sounded like I was putting on airs, but I'm not. I'm just being me. And this is one aspect. This is one, as another friend said, hey, that's the real you, it's all the real you, just different aspects. So I thought that was a good insight. Thanks, Ken, for supporting me on that, but I will try to keep it real, not trying to sound like something, just being me. So, and sometimes I do these late at night after Tyson goes to bed, so it's real kind of, super chill, 2 a.m. and stuff like that, so that may account for some of the tonalities. I did improve the ask section, put a little avatar in there, and added the, do you want to remain anonymous? And maybe people would like their question answered but don't want to be named. I respect that, so I appreciate the questions that keep coming in. I'm going to get to one of those in just a moment. And what else have I? There's this daily meditation program, which I'm working hard on this, and I think it's coming along nicely. You can go to the website at the12stepbuddhist.com. On the right-hand corner, you can click the daily meditation link, and you can try it for a week for free. If you like it, you can get it. It's like $5 a month or something. And I'm talking to them about, trying to make sure that billing situation works easily. But try it, because I'm trying to structure the messages in terms of really, kind of hard-hitting, practical daily advice for being a 12-step Buddhist. And, like I said last time, I get mine around midnight, and I'm always kind of wondering who's texting me at midnight, and it's me texting myself, and so I'm kind of catching myself off guard and really enjoying the messages. So I'm thinking, wow, okay, all right, I'm trying to be a hard critic, and I like them. So I think, go try it, and I'm going to give away 10 of those 1 month subscriptions tomorrow at the workshop, and might work something else out for people who contribute questions on the website. I'd also like to give away T-shirts. If you look on the website, you'll see the book logo, and you can buy a shirt or whatever. You can put it on a coffee cup. There's all kinds of stuff up there, and you don't have to necessarily show people that you're in recovery. You can have the design without necessarily breaking your own anonymity. So try it. Take a look at it. It's pretty fun, and I think the shirts look nice. I ordered one. I'm wearing it around, and I'd like to have a whole bunch more. So anyways, those are kind of fun, and I'd like to work something out where I can give away, whoever asks the most interesting or difficult question or something, per month, give one of those away at my cost. I'll buy it and send it to you. So, well, let's try it. Go ahead. All right. And by the time we do 30 days from now, so let's say by October 1st, let's say, whoever submits the most interesting question on Buddhism and recovery, I will send you a T-shirt. All right. So let's do that. That'll be a fun contest. What else is going on? MySpace.com/the 12-Step Buddhist. Got to have a MySpace page. Got a bunch of friends on there. That's really cool. Some local, some not. And there's the Facebook fan page, artist.2/the 12-Step Buddhist. There's some other stuff on the site that is pretty cool. I noticed that the hits really go up if people share, click the share this button. So I've got the Buddha ratings at the bottom of each article and each page and so forth. So if you're inclined to explore those things, please do. Just click the share this button and send it out there and give it a little review. Let people know if you find something useful. The other thing I've been doing lately, I don't know how I stumbled back on this. Speaking of stumbling, I found Twitter. I've been twittering, but I kind of was like, this is dumb. I'm not going to sit there and text like, okay, I'm going over here. Okay, I'm on my way to a meeting. Who cares, right? But then I noticed that there are a lot of technical, programmer people that have got like thousands of people they're following and following them and all this. And there's all kinds of cool links and new technologies and fun Web 2.0 stuff on there. So I've been twittering. So look for me on Twitter. Twitter.com/12-Step Buddhist. No the in there, just 1-2 Step Buddhist. They only give you a limited number of characters there. So that's kind of cool. It's nice because you pick up the iPod Touch and and you hit the mobile Twitter button and it shows you all the people you're subscribed to and what they're doing. And some people have some really interesting things that they're doing. You can search for Buddhist and recovery and all these things, and you can, connect. Like I put a question out tonight. Like my question, Twitter me this, is it God's fault or something like that? I was having a discussion with a Dharma teacher on a blog, kind of having a little debate, and I just wanted to see what other people thought. Everybody said, no, it's not God's fault. What the hell are you talking about? It's karma. I'm like, all right, well, we get it then, don't we? So that was fun. Twitter is happening and alive and well. There's some other cool things coming up here. There's a book. I've got some books to review from Snow Lion, and I'm going to be putting those out as soon as I read them. One of them is really exciting, really, really, really exciting. So that's going to be next month. And I'll talk about some activities surrounding that book release and by one of my teachers. And really looking forward to seeing how people respond to this because it's pretty heavy-duty stuff. All right, on to the question from Steve. We'll just call him Steve. He didn't want to remain anonymous. Steve's question is, or his statement, let's see. I am interested in becoming a Buddhist, but am not sure how to go about it and if I'm looking for the right reasons. I recently quit smoking weed and I've been drinking alcohol a little more than normal. When I smoke weed, it calms me down. It helps my nervous stomach and anxiety. So lately I feel pissed off at the world. My dogs and cats drive me crazy because they are in my way all the time when they are just being animals. I get angry with myself because I am so angry all the time. From my understanding, Buddhists are very humble and relaxed people that accept their problems and issues and find ways to work through them. Is there a book or website I can go to learn how to be a Buddhist? Or am I way off the deep end of my thoughts? Wow, that felt like 12 questions. Thank you, and have a great day. Well, Steve, thank you very much for your question. Just kind of look at it from the beginning. I'm interested in becoming a Buddhist, not sure how to go about it. Okay, well, there's a lot of ways to go about it. You can go to a bookstore. You can go to a Buddhist center. You can pick up a Buddhist magazine. You can go to my website and click on the resources links. Get a lot of ideas there. Just do something. Try it out. Go to a meditation group. There are a lot of different types of meditation groups out there. There's Zen groups, insight meditation groups. There's, Dharma punks meetings, all these different types of things that you can do depending on your ability and interest. So try them all. Start there. What does it mean to be a Buddhist? Well, you can call yourself a Buddhist if you want. Anytime you want, you can get a Buddhist name, but it really doesn't mean much, if you're not working on yourself and trying to apply the teachings to your life. So more importantly, the question is not how to become a Buddhist, but how to learn about the teachings and practice them and apply them in your life. I've written about them extensively in my book, and there are many, many books out there, so you can read if you like to read. You can also listen to Buddhist podcasts. There's a whole bunch. As a matter of fact, Venerable Robina has a podcast. Just go to iTunes and search for Robina. Oh, I put up some video clips. Hate to interrupt the question answering here, but I created a video blog and a photo blog, and they both look real nice on the page. So you can go to the website and you can look at a few clips from Robina. You can look at my YouTube channel, Darren Littlejohn, all one word. You can get an idea from YouTube. A lot of teachers are putting stuff out there now. So I just watched one of a couple of monks chanting the Vajrasattva mantra with a beautiful melody. So this stuff's out there. Just start looking. Check it out. And the right reasons are whatever your reasons are. Those are the right reasons. So there's no problem there. You recently quit smoking weed. Well, congratulations. Weed was my drug of choice. It's a tough, tough drug to quit. And when you love your weed, you love your weed. So I know how hard that is. I've been there. And just do it a day at a time. And have been drinking alcohol a little more than normal. That's normal. I mean, if you give up one addiction, the addict, is going to switch gears and grab whatever the addict can. So, you'll always have to watch out for that. And, I'm in a program of total abstinence, so I don't take any mind-altering drugs or alcohol of any kind. So that works best for me. You might try it. A lot of people come to recovery, and they, try to give up one thing but not the other, and they find it to be really difficult. So my advice is pay attention to what's going on. And if things get out of control, get some help. Go to a meeting, talk to some people. And you can go to NA, AA, OA, CA, MA, whatever. There are all kinds of them. You'll find the most people in AA, most likely, so depending on your area. When I smoke weed, it calms me down. Okay, fine, But getting pissed off at the dogs and getting mad at yourself because you're mad, I've done that all a million times. I've been there, and it is rough because the anger upon anger is just hugely difficult to deal with. So, I've had to do a lot of things in order to deal with the anger, and can't go into it all here, but it just ranges from, all these meditation techniques to taking medication for many years to just try to tone it down and just retrain the brain to, pause when agitated, really, basically. And when you quit the drugs and alcohol, things are going to come up. And if you're, not really 100% sober, it's not that easy. So I recommend that you try, don't take anything for 30 days. Go to a meeting every day. Start working a program. Explore some Buddhism and see how you feel. You can get back to me on that. I'll be glad to talk to you one-on-one. You can send me an email. But, overall, in the long term, in the long run, if the steps alone deal, with anger really deeply. Buddhism definitely gets to the root of the problem. So if you combine these two methods, you will see results. Absolutely. You will see results. Boy, I can tell you. I can really tell you. There's a lot of change that's gone on in my life as the result of working this program, which is why I want to share it with other people. It was so freaking hard that I never thought anything was ever going to get better, and it's better. Boys, it's so much better. So I encourage you to explore. This is a good one. From my understanding, Buddhists are very humble and relaxed people. Okay, well, that's that could be true. If I'm not humble and relaxed, am I not a Buddhist? No, that's not true. A lot of times when you start to sit and practice and meditate and get quiet, a lot of stuff comes up. for addicts and people with, emotional and mental disorders and so on, we get a lot of material, a lot of anxieties, and there's more to work with. And without strong support, without a good therapist and a good support team, management team, and all that, it can be traumatic to even sit still and get sober. It can be really bizarre and really hard. So I recommend, that you just don't try to have this ideal that, I've got to be calm, and you're really angry and everything. But if you learn what the causes of the anger and what the triggers are and what your physical responses are and, what happens when, and you learn how to not blame others and accept responsibility for yourself, and you learn what your resentments are and your fears and your anxieties and your guilt, and you sort of confess your shortcomings, to your sponsor or your Buddhist teacher or whatever, and really learn to get still, and whatever arises, be present and let it come and let it go. Then, we get a real break. You get a real break from the anger, and maybe that's what being a Buddhist is. Trying it is being a Buddhist. Willingness to look at it is being a Buddhist. The fact that you're asking the question, is amazing and great, and most people never do. So, congratulations to you. Keep coming back. Give it a shot. Try everything you can, and you'll see. Science, trial and error. You'll see. Try it, see if it works, but give it some time. Don't just go, oh yeah, I went to a meeting, they were assholes, and I didn't like it. Go to another meeting. Go every day. Try it consistently and apply it. And be open, stay open, surrender, etc. So I hope that question helps you, and I'm going to get the heck out of here. I've got to do a workshop tomorrow morning, and I'd like it to be fun, so I'm going to get some sleep. And in episode 4, I hope to be reviewing this excellent book on Tibetan Buddhism. And in episode 5, I will definitely be reviewing this other excellent book and telling you about some retreats and activities and so on and so forth like that. So keep coming back. It works if you work it. And if you don't work it, well, you're going to keep getting the same results. So try something new, try something different, try it hard. And give it your all, like anything else, like all these Olympians and all that, just act like you really got to do this, and you'll see results. Until then, thank you for listening. The 12-Step Buddhist.